What's good, Skol Nation? Your boy's back with the hottest Minnesota Vikings news to keep that purple pride pumping. Today, we're talking about a former Viking clawing his way back to the NFL, some juicy trade rumors swirling around a Bengals star, and a wild draft story from our past. Is our defense about to level up? Let's dive into the first big update. Kenny Willekes, a former Michigan State standout and Vikings draft pick, just signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers. This dude's got grit. Can he make it stick this time? Hit the comments with your thoughts. Back in 2020, we drafted Willekes in the 7th round, pick 225, hoping his relentless motor would bolster our D-line. He played just 6 games for us in 2021 before injuries derailed his time in Minnesota, leading to his release in June 2022. After bouncing back with a solid UFL stint, 31 tackles, 28 QB pressures, and 4 sacks with the Michigan Panthers, Willekes is getting his 3rd NFL shot with Pittsburgh. Will he finally break through? Let's wish him luck, Vikings fans. This story's got me thinking, do we miss Willekes' hustle on our defense? With Brian Flores scheming up chaos, a guy like him could have fit right in. Drop your take below. Should we have kept him longer? Up next, we're diving into some massive trade rumors that could shake up our roster. Stay tuned. Skol, Vikings fans. We're keeping the energy high as we talk about a potential game-changer for our defense. The rumor mill is buzzing about Cincinnati Bengals star pass rusher Trey Hendrickson, and word on the street is the Vikings might be in the mix. Could this all-pro edge rusher be the missing piece for Brian Flores' blitz-heavy scheme? Let's break it down. Hendrickson's a beast, 17.5 sacks last season, leading the NFL, and a 4-time Pro Bowler who's still in his prime at 30. But he's in a contract standoff with the Bengals, demanding more guaranteed money beyond 2025. Cincinnati's listening to trade offers, and while teams like the Colts, Lions, and Raiders are circling, some whispers suggest Minnesota could make a bold move. Imagine him opposite Danielle Hunter. Would you trade a first-rounder for this guy? Let me know. The catch? Hendrickson's cap hit is $18.66 million for 2025, and he wants a long-term deal. Our front office would need to get creative with the cap, but pairing him with Flores' aggressive defense could be lethal. Are we ready to go all in for a Super Bowl push? Stay with me for more. What's up, Vikings faithful? Let's keep the Skol vibes rolling with another twist in the Trey Hendrickson saga. The Bengals are playing hardball, but Hendrickson's not budging. He's even said he won't play in 2025 without a new deal. Could this open the door for Minnesota to swoop in? Let's dig into why this trade talk has us so hyped. Reports say the Bengals and Hendrickson are close on salary and contract length, but the guaranteed money is the deal breaker. With $24.7 million in cap space, Cincinnati could keep him, but trade rumors are heating up with teams like the Patriots and Panthers calling. For us, Hendrickson's 77 career sacks and relentless energy could transform our D-line into a quarterback's nightmare. What's the max you'd give up for him? Drop it in the comments. If we landed Hendrickson, Brian Flores could unleash a pass rush storm with him and Aiden Hutchinson. But would it cost us a star like Justin Jefferson down the road? Tough call, Skol fans. Let's move to another blockbuster rumor next. Skol Nation. Let's crank up the excitement. We're diving into a wild trade rumor about Washington Commanders running back Brian Robinson Jr. Could this powerhouse RB be a fit for our backfield? With Aaron Jones leading the charge, let's explore if Robinson could add some thunder to our ground game. Robinson had a breakout 2024, rushing for 799 yards, but trade buzz is swirling after he was a healthy scratch in Washington's preseason game against the Bengals. The 49ers are reportedly interested, but could the Vikings jump in? His physical running style, think Derrick Henry light, could complement Jones perfectly. What do you think of adding a bruising back like Robinson? Hit the comments. The Commanders' new regime under Dan Quinn seems open to moving Robinson, especially with rookie Ja'Cory Cross-Merritt shining in preseason. For us, he could be a short yardage beast, but would we sacrifice draft picks for a crowded backfield? Let's keep the hype going with more news. Yo, Vikings fans, let's talk quarterback drama. You won't believe this throwback story about how hard we tried to draft Anthony Richardson in 2023. Posts on X are blowing up about this, and it's got me wondering what could have been. Was this a missed opportunity, or are we better off with J.J. McCarthy? Let's dive in. According to a post from Vikings Insider, the Vikings were ready to give away the entire farm to trade up for Richardson, the athletic freak who went 4th overall to the Colts. His dual-threat ability, think Lamar Jackson with a bigger frame, had our front office drooling. But the Colts held firm and we ended up with McCarthy. Do you think we dodged a bullet or missed a superstar? Share your thoughts. Richardson struggled in Indy, losing the starting job to Daniel Jones for 2025, with his agent questioning the team's trust in him. Meanwhile, McCarthy's our QB1, showing poise in preseason with 4 to 7 passing for 30 yards in one drive. Let's talk about our future next. Skol, Skol, Skol. We're halfway through, Vikings fans, and the news keeps coming. Let's zoom in on our QB room where J.J. McCarthy is locked in as QB1, but the backup situation is getting spicy. With Sam Howell traded in from Seattle, what's the vibe behind our rookie star? Let's break it down. Howell, a former Commanders starter, brings 18 games of experience to our roster, joining McCarthy, Brett Rippon, and undrafted free agent Max Brosmer. In preseason, Howell's getting the start over McCarthy for Week 2, a move Kevin O'Connell says is about giving the veteran reps. Should we be worried about JJ's development, or is this just smart coaching? Drop your take below. With Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones gone to Seattle and Indy, Howell's our insurance policy. His 2023 stint in Washington was shaky, but at 24 he's got upside. Could he push McCarthy or even start if injuries hit? Let's keep the Skol train rolling. What's good, Vikings Nation? Let's talk about our defense, because Brian Flores is cooking something special for 2025. With Trey Hendrickson trade talks heating up, could we see another big name join our pass rush? Let's explore a blockbuster idea. Micah Parsons to Minnesota. Is this crazy, or could it happen? Parsons, the Cowboys superstar, is one of the NFL's best defensive players, with 52.5 sacks in 4 seasons. Trade rumors are swirling, and while Dallas likely won't deal him in the NFC, VikingsTerritory.com mentioned Minnesota as a dream fit for Flores' scheme. Would you give up multiple first-rounders for Parsons? Let's hear it. Pairing Parsons with Danielle Hunter and maybe even Hendrickson would make our D-line unstoppable. But with Parsons' contract talks looming, it's a long shot. Still, dreaming of this trio has me hyped. What's your dream defensive addition? Next up, more roster moves. Skol Nation. Let's keep the purple fire burning. We've got some fresh roster moves to unpack, with the Vikings signing OL Zach Bailey and RB Xavier Valladay, while waiving LB Max Tooley. How do these changes shape our depth chart? Let's dive in. Bailey, a versatile offensive lineman, and Valladay, a speedy running back, add depth as we head into the 2025 season. Valladay's explosiveness could make him a dark horse in our backfield, especially with Aaron Jones as RB1. Do you see Valladay making the 53-man roster? Share your predictions below. Tooley's departure stings a bit. He was a young linebacker with potential, but our LB core is stacked with Ivan Pace Jr. and Blake Cashman. These moves show Kevin O'Connell's focus on building a deep, flexible roster. What's the next position we should bolster? Let's keep going. Hey, Vikings fans. Let's switch gears to a crazy draft rumor about Texas QB Arch Manning. Could the Vikings be in play for the 2026 NFL Draft's potential number 1 pick? Archie Manning said Arch is staying at Texas, but Arch himself isn't so sure. Let's break it down. Arch, the grandson of Archie and nephew of Peyton and Eli, threw 9 TDs against 2 picks in 10 games last season, showing serious potential. Posts on X are buzzing about teams tanking for him, but Arch says he's taking it day by day. Should we keep an eye on him for 2026? Or are we all in on McCarthy? Drop your thoughts. If Manning declares for the draft, he could be the top pick, but the Manning family's history of dodging certain teams, like Eli with the Chargers, makes this tricky. For now, our focus is on McCarthy, but this draft buzz is wild. What's next for our QB future? Skol, Skol, Skol. Let's talk about our offensive stars. Because Justin Jefferson is back and looking unstoppable. After a hamstring tweak in camp, JJ returned to practice, ready to torch defenses in 2025. How big is this for our offense? Let's get into it. Jefferson, the NFL's best receiver, is coming off another 1,000-yard season despite missing time in 2024. His chemistry with J.J. McCarthy is already electric, and Kevin O'Connell's play calling will lean hard on him. Can J.J. hit 2,000 yards this season? Tell me your bold predictions. With T.J. Hawkinson and Jordan Addison rounding out our pass-catching trio, our offense could be top 5 in 2025. But will our O-line, led by Christian Darrisaw, hold up? The hype is real, Vikings fans. Let's keep the momentum going with more news. What's up, Vikings Nation? Let's dive into our O-line, where Christian Darrisaw and new guard Will Fries are back at practice and looking stout. With our offense gearing up, how crucial is this unit to our Super Bowl dreams? Let's break it down. Darrisaw, our star left tackle, missed time with a minor injury but returned to camp looking like an all-pro. Fries, a recent addition, brings versatility to the interior line. Together, they're tasked with protecting McCarthy and opening lanes for Aaron Jones. What's your confidence level in our O-line? Hit the comments. A strong O-line is key to Kevin O'Connell's air raid offense, but depth is a concern after losing Garrett Bradbury. Could Zach Bailey's signing help? We're building something special, but are we one piece away? Let's talk more roster moves next. Skol Nation, let's get loud. We're circling back to the defense, where Brian Flores' legal victory against the NFL is making waves. How does this impact our team's focus as we head into 2025? Let's unpack this off-field drama. Flores, our defensive mastermind, scored a win in his lawsuit against the NFL, keeping his focus on building a top-tier unit. His aggressive schemes led to 43 sacks in 2024, and with Danielle Hunter back, we're poised for more. Do you think Flores is the key to our defensive success? Share your take. With trade rumors around Hendrickson and Parsons, Flores could have even more weapons. But off-field distractions could test our focus. How do we stay locked in? Vikings fans, let's keep the Skol spirit high with more updates. Hey Vikings fans, let's talk about our running game, where Aaron Jones is ready to lead the charge in 2025. Could a trade for Brian Robinson Jr. make us even more dangerous? Let's dive into this backfield buzz. Jones ran for over 1,000 yards last season, and his speed pairs perfectly with Kevin O'Connell's scheme. Adding Robinson's power could create a two-headed monster, but our cap space and draft picks make it tricky. Would you trade for Robinson or stick with Jones and Valladay? Let me know. Our ground game could be the X-factor in close games, especially with McCarthy's play-action threat. But depth is key. Can Valladay step up? Skol Nation, what's your dream backfield? Let's keep the hype train rolling. Skol, Vikings fans, we're nearing the end, but the news doesn't stop. Let's revisit the Anthony Richardson saga, because the Colts' decision to bench him for Daniel Jones has us wondering, what if we'd landed him? Let's break it down. Richardson's agent called out Indy's lack of trust after Jones was named QB1 for 2025, with Jones going 7 for 11 for 101 yards in preseason compared to Richardson's 6 for 11 for 73 yards and a TD run. Our 2023 pursuit of Richardson was intense, but McCarthy's our guy now. Are you glad we missed out? Drop your thoughts. With Jones locked in for Indy, Richardson's trade rumors are swirling, with the Raiders as a potential landing spot. For us, McCarthy's poise keeps us confident, but this what-if is wild. Let's wrap up with one last bombshell. Vikings Nation, it's time to close out with a bang. We've covered roster moves, trade rumors, and draft drama, but let's end with the ultimate question. Are we Super Bowl contenders in 2025? With J.J. McCarthy, Justin Jefferson, and Brian Flores defense, the hype is real. Let's bring it home. Our offense is stacked, with Jefferson, Hawkinson, and Jones ready to dominate. Our defense under Flores could be top 10 if we land a star like Hendrickson or Parsons. But the NFC North is brutal. Can we outshine the Lions and Packers? What's your 2025 record prediction? Hit the comments. Skol Nation, This is why we bleed purple. If you love this Vikings news breakdown, smash that like button, drop your hottest takes in the comments, and subscribe for more updates. Share this with your fellow fans, and let's keep the Skol chant loud. Until next time, Skol Vikings.